I'm joined today by the Chief Executive of mobile messaging and payments business, fonix, Rob Weisz. Rob, welcome.
Hi.
And first of all, congratulations on listing the business, something you've just done practically.
Yeah.
Blimey. So I want to hear all about how that came about and how it went. Let's turn the clock back a bit though. 2006, the business is formed. How did it come about?
So the founder of the business is a chap called Will Neal, who was the CEO between 2006 and 2014. He had previously worked as a management consultant in a couple of the mobile operators and recognised the huge opportunity by taking some of the niche products they provided, such as voice and video and SMS services, integrating the mobile operators to go out to merchants, businesses, and say, I can give you, in effect, the mobile population of the UK through these products.
And the types of people that they're connecting with, these mobile operators, they could be TV companies, sports teams. Just help us understand the sort of transactions that fonix enables.
Yeah, so our focus is in a number of really a few core sectors. We are very focused on media and broadcast, so TV, radio, print, very focused in the charity sector and providing the ability to people to put donations, charges to their mobile phone.
And where these overlap as well. So I guess charity meets TV, and you're powering some of those donations?
Yeah, we're incredibly proud of the work we do in that sector. The likes of Comic Relief, Children in Need, Stand Up to Cancer on Channel 4, Soccer Aid on ITV. We are the engine behind all of those.
Yeah, and presumably, clearly, we can't afford for that not to work on the night. And the broadcasters want to know what the situation is in real time or near as damn it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the focus and the key strategy for us is around ensuring that when the celebrities stand on stage and ask for that donation, there is the bow wave of volume that comes in from a pretty emotive call to action, that our technology handles that from the mobile operators, processes it properly, sends the consumers back a thank you message in the appropriate way, and then therefore we can report back to the charity who are sat in the production suite going, how well are we doing, so they can feed it back out on air.
And see on the totalizer.
Absolutely.
So is there a particular moment that stands out in your mind where you've probably been tuned in yourself and thought, well, we're powering this and I'm proud to be doing this? Does any image come to your mind?
I think the first one was in November 2014, which was Children in Need. And our business had, when I joined in January 2014, it was the first major one that we'd done. And that was huge and so proud. But I've got to say, every time we're doing it, I think the passion for everyone in the team involved in fonix is why we've worked with some of these charities for such a long time, because we are so tuned into what they do. We are as passionate about it as they are. We want the success as much as they do, and we are doing our small but highly important part to ensure that happens.
Well, let's discover a bit more about the business, because you join in 2014, and you won't need reminding, the year before that, you'd done just under £5 million in revenues, and yet last year, so 2019, you've done just under £86 million. What, apart from having a stunning chief exec, what drives that growth then?
I mean, a combination of things. There's no timing. I met Will, the founder, a couple of years prior to that. I have been in this industry since 1999, having worked at the likes of Scottish Telecom and O2, and then at a startup from 2005, which we exited in 2011, which was really exciting. But and I was sort of leading the commercial arm of that business. And this opportunity was a combination of focus for the market and a recognition that actually there are multi-billion-pound sectors in media and broadcast, in gaming, in digital services, where you can provide mobile interactivity, mobile payments and messaging as an amazing combination to drive user engagement. And we very much focused on those things. So taking the products of carrier billing and messaging and SMS billing into those markets, and focusing on building amazing technology with an amazing team behind it all has been a fabulous combination.
So you say timing. I mean, timing is quite a modest reflection, isn't it? I mean, to what extent is the scale of your success today in line with what you were planning even back in those first years as you took it on?
Some people shoot for the moon and other people shoot for, success. We were very modest from the outset. What were the things that needed to do to achieve our goals? And I think that was, it was all about under-promising and over-delivering. It's been, and I believed, having seen the proliferation of mobile services just go nuts in the 2000s, and whether you're going off building iPhone apps or whether you're building mobile advertising platforms or whether you're building m-commerce sites, you could see that actually by focusing on a few core things that you knew in big markets could have some real runway, there was real opportunity. Ensuring that we fostered that same mentality of focus, but growth within the investment and our ambition and the areas we wanted to go and the things we wanted to go after.
Yeah. I want to talk about a particular crossroads because you're growing as a business, you're putting on a lot of revenue, and the prospect of where that next round of funding is probably on the horizon. Just talk us through what led up to the decision to list.
We weren't looking to go on a huge, never make money capital raise and carry on growing. We decided it was the smart move from our perspective was to hit profitability and then grow within our means. And we've always done that. Where we've been really successful is we grow a lot quicker. And therefore we made a lot more money, which is great. So back end of last year, we have had a lot of interest, which has been very flattering from private equity or other trade. And we are a very aligned board. We've got a growing business. We all believe in the next phase. We're all shareholders. By providing some liquidity to those shareholders, by raising some cash, by floating on the stock market, to raise our profile, does that sound like a good strategy? And there wasn't anyone around the boardroom table that said no to that.
Just want to quickly understand. Firstly, if you were being quite profitable before that, why did you need the money?
Different businesses have or different raises come with different dynamics. As a business that's in payments, as a business that handles lots of payments, certain structures of financing a purchase or a buyout, such as debt leverage, just didn't suit us. We took a very pragmatic approach that certain avenues were probably shut to us.
You're already very profitable. What was that extra cash to unlock? Really?
Yeah, of course. So, and I suppose the second part, as you mentioned, profile raising. There's a number of reasons. Profile raising being one. We can stand with the profile of being on AIM, being a PLC, the sort of openness that actually allows our clients and partners to see, going, you guys are, this is what you guys are doing. Also unlocking shares and share options for some of the really loyal staff that have been with us over the years. And that's something that I was always really keen to do. And I think it's a stepping stone for us. It really was. We're at an opportunity, and going through the investor presentations, it really reinforced the strategy.
Yeah.
I did it a lot of times, but it really reinforced the strategy. I thought every time, I'm really excited by this.
I just want to explore that because I get this image of sort of, cohesion. You agreed that this was the right path. And I'm just trying to understand the role that advisors play in that decision-making process and along your journey.
We are a small business. We have 32 staff today, and without advisors that are specialists in what they do, it makes it very hard as an organisation of that size. If you're a huge organisation, it's a lot easier, I'd have thought, to do that. But actually, that's where advisors became a very important part of the decision-making, allowing us to focus on, carrying on running the business, and B, going on this journey, but C, having their support to make it as sort of easy as possible, as streamlined as possible. We went through the process in a very short order, I believe, and advisors were very important.
Let me remind myself of the timeline. As the pandemic, as the lockdown hits in March, the IPO is clearly very much on the table. It wasn't ever considered that you might call it off, postpone it?
No, actually, it wasn't on the table. It had been talked about, but there wasn't much thinking around it other than should we do it. We decided to do it towards our year end, which was June. And we said, okay, we've demonstrated we're pretty resilient. We're pretty confident in our numbers, albeit what's going on in the wider world. And because the last thing we'd want to do is go through this process and start letting people down through something we didn't know. And so therefore we felt that the timing was good over the summer. And in particular, as a focused small business, like, let's do it quickly. We are a business that is focused on our growth. We are committed to delivering that growth. We're very excited by that. We have a different set of shareholders, and we've got a few regulatory requirements to ensure that we adhere to. But no, we're really excited. I don't think that excitement ever went away. I'm, as I said, thankful to all the members of staff. We're all very much on this journey. We often talk about our strategy as a team across everybody in the business, and we all know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I think we'll keep sticking to that, and hopefully, with one or two things that can come off, really, blow the socks off it.
And do you think that it has or it will affect the culture of fonix? What have you seen, and what are you predicting or hoping?
I hope not. I don't think it needs to. We are a company that, and hopefully our advisors would second this, recognise through the process that actually we run the business very well. I keep talking about focus. And one of the things about focus, the focus for businesses, we have always believed in sticking to our knitting. Do the things we do incredibly well and do them into the market segments we believe in with gusto.
Right.
And that keeps the opportunity on track. It doesn't mean to say we don't change, but everyone from our tech, commercial, product, finance, operations, we all talk about this openly together, and we all know where we're going.
So you talk about focus. Let me try and briefly distract you. Very successful in the UK. What you offer has global potential.
Yeah.
So to what extent are we looking at fonix becoming a global force?
It's absolutely part of our strategy to start to export some of the good things, great things we do in the UK into markets internationally. I've been around the block in this market for a long time. I've seen some great successes and some absolute failures. And I think there is a methodology to go through about ensuring that when we do export the business, we do it in a successful way.
I want your advice to an entrepreneur or an entrepreneurial team considering listing a business, floating a company. Maybe it's just come onto the table. It's under consideration. What would you say to them?
The one thing I learned through, aside from all the audits that went on, in terms of the investor discussions, was making your messaging really clear. I think right now, investors are looking for resilience, obviously. But we are very fortunate that we straddle both the growth and income side, which was an interesting one because I didn't know whether it was going to be a blessing or a curse because they go, well, which one are you?
And when they're grilling you, because you must have to do so many presentations, to what extent is it all about the numbers, or are they trying to get to know you and your team personally? I
didn't come across an investor that wasn't super smart, and therefore they take about 3 seconds to look at the numbers and go, I recognise your numbers, and they'll have the natural questions for my CFO over that. I felt actually beyond the normal interrogation of your balance sheet and profit P&L and all that jazz, the focus is absolutely on the business. People, they want to know who's in the business, how important they are, customers, how important are they to you? Are they going to be around tomorrow?
Testing the relationship.
Yeah. How good a relationship have you got with them? what's the growth plan with them, looking for things that give them reassurances that, you're committing to this over the next 2 to 3 years.
You came into post in 2014. Biggest challenge that you've faced or that you've seen the business face in that time?
I think one of the challenges has been when you start getting traction and momentum, especially in sort of technology and payments, the world opens up into the routes you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
That was a real challenge in that sometimes you're saying no to things that you're not 100% sure whether you're looking at the next sort of moonshot.
Kick yourself.
Yeah. But I think when you have enough belief in your core product sets and your customers and what they're doing, then you shouldn't be distracted by those.
So, Rob, we see so many changes in terms of how we use our mobile, interaction with entertainment, TV, the web. Give us a sense of what you see coming in your business and out there.
I think content at the moment is changing so rapidly. If you look at what's going on with subscription services and the major players in the world, look at the Googles and the Apples and the scrutiny under in terms of charging for services in the App Store. Consumers want choice and they want what they want immediately. We're all in that world now. Whatever that content may be, whether it's snacking, dating, whether it's snacking magazine content, whether it's accessing premium content through radio or TV or whatever it might be, sports, that's huge. And people want to buy it when they want it and make those last minute decisions. That is a huge opportunity for the market for the future. And I think carrier billing and messaging has got a huge part to play in that.
How about fonix itself? You're a listed company with big plans. What excites you about the next phase of the journey and what are you looking forward to?
I think we've got significant growth with a number of our partners that we're already seeing that, which is fantastic. The opportunity is massive there. There is so much runway in our core sectors that we focus on that we're so excited by. And so carrying on doing that. And then secondly, where there are those amazing merchants, we will then naturally export outside of the UK.
Rob Weisz, that's a fascinating insight into an amazing business, fonix. Good luck and thank you for taking the time with us today.
Thank you, Ollie.